Hello everyone, we are in Tirana, Albania, and we're going to be here for 2 days, so we're thinking to take you through our itinerary. We've done quite some research to make to make sure that we got something good going.
One of the days is a bit more nature, and then the other day is a bit more let's call it cityscaping, looking at the city. So starting on the first day, or rather depending on, actually you can take this as the second day depending on whether or not it's sunny or rainy. We would recommend this day for more of a sunny day. Right?
Yes.
So what we started the day with was going to brunch. This really good place that we would recommend. After brunch, we would go to Getaway Express. It's a bit outside of the city, and you can choose to either take bus or you can take a cab. We chose to take a cab.
It's just because if you're gonna take the public transportation or bus, you need to take a 10-minute or 15-minute walk from the bus stop to the
Getaway Express.
Exactly.
Not to mention the walk you have to have before to get to the bus, and then it will cost you about €8, or rather €4 per person, whereas a cab ride will cost you the same, and it will take you from door to door. So a lot of blogs will say to check out, the bus, but go for the cab.
We're currently on the Getaway Express. I might be butchering that name. Going down from the mountain now, so we're not gonna reveal too much of what it looks like up there. But take a look. All right, leaving Getaway Express, and the next part of the trip, or the next part of the itinerary, is actually to walk down to the Bunker Art Museum. It's a super cool underground bunker that they've turned into a museum. There are two in Albania, or in Tirana, whereas the one close to the Getaway Express is the best one. So that's where we're headed, and you can walk. It's simply straight down the street. Check it on Google Maps.
This is the entrance to Bunker Art 1, a museum which tells the story of Albania's communist past. We think it's a unique museum, but it's kind of heavily focused on documents. We did not film while inside Bunker Art, as it is not allowed, so it's really not our thing, but we will still recommend it if you're interested in Albania's communist history.
After Bunker Art, and obviously depending on when you started your day, it would be time for some lunch. We took a cab directly to a bar / lunch place / cafe called
Kometeti Bar.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. We might butcher a lot of names. It comes with a lot of recommendations. It looks awesome.
It's pretty interesting, the interior.
It is. It has a lot of communist memorabilia, etc., which is in and of itself worth the look. The food, not the greatest.
We ordered one called Albanian pancake
and a type of not börek, but a type of pie, which they have a lot here. But the food was nothing to write. But the area itself is super close to the pyramid of Tirana, which can be worth taking a look, simply just to walk up and look out of the city a bit. Nothing special, but it's a nice view. And it's also super close to a bubble tea place, which we also enjoy. And you can go there and have some bubble tea. Alright, so moving from the pyramid of Tirana, you can walk straight across the little river and follow the road to Skanderbeg Square. It's a big square in Tirana, which is quite famous, probably the most famous place.
So this is the National Museum.
unfortunately is closed because it's under construction.
But the mural is cool.
Yes.
At this point, you're probably pretty tired,
And
sweaty. It's probably a good time to go home and take a shower, or at least freshen up a bit before going out for the evening. Personally, we went to a place called Oda Garden. Oda Garden is a pretty awesome place if it's your first time in Albania and your first time in Tirana.
we recommend that you book by calling because it's a long queue and you don't want to wait when you're hungry, right?
And even if you do book and reserve a table, you might still have to wait a bit, but at least it's not going to be as long as if you actually have to wait in line, because there will be a lot of people.
Exactly. And we got some free welcome drinks.
Shots.
Shots.
Yeah. What's great about this restaurant is not only do they have the amazing food, quite simple, good Albanian food, they also have an amazing atmosphere and live music and dancers, etc., that will kind of introduce you to this Albanian atmosphere, I guess.
Day 2 in Tirana.
So today we started going to brunch, as we normally do, at a place called
Botanical Cafe.
in Skanderbeg Square, so the main square. Super accessible in a very touristy area, but despite being in a very touristy area, I would say it was pretty good.
It's a pretty cozy cafe with a lot of plants. If you're interested in plants, you will love it.
Also, if you like brunches, honestly, it's a nice place to go. After that, we went to one of the walking streets that follows and leads to basically the castle area.
You can walk into the castle. Where the castle area is basically just this castle wall. Housing on the inside is a lot of shops, cafes, and restaurants. Rruga Muratoptani is a walking street by the castle grounds. For the castle, this is the wall of the castle. Hey Anna. It's very nice to walk down. It has a lot of restaurants, cafes, shops. You can see the air is kind of thick from a lot of grilling. And we would definitely recommend walking here either before or after you've gone to the castle grounds. Alright, so we are in the Blloku area, which is one of the more hip, modern areas of Tirana. If you take a look around, you'll see a lot of cafes and restaurants and bars. And you'll see that a lot of these places will come to life or alive in the evening. So this is definitely the place you want to be if you have the bug for a party.
Yeah, after Blloku, we went to the museum called House of Leaves. Yes, so we're outside now the museum called House of Leaves, which showcase how the government was spying on their people during the communist era in Tirana.
Yeah. super interesting, especially to be somewhere where that was actually happening, and actually seeing the tools that we're using to do that as well.
Yeah, and those tools or devices were incredibly big if in comparison to, like, for this microphone we're having now.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
tiny.
Yeah, that's true. In addition, it cost around
700 lek.
per person.
Yeah.
And then I think that if you want to review a place, I think that depending on what kind of museum goer you are, what kind of person you are, this museum, same as Bunk Art, is quite text heavy, meaning that you can go into different rooms and see a lot of A4 types of papers lined up along the walls, and you can choose to read that if you'd like. And I think you need to read that to actually get the full experience.
And there's also some video clips.
That is true.
Yeah.
So go for it. All right, the new bazaar is a bit of a tourist trap, maybe. Who knows? We'll check it out. But it seems to have quite a lot of different stuff. Some fresh fruit and vegetables as well, which is always nice. I personally would love to try some olives.
Tirana, Albania. What do we think after being for 2 full days?
At least for me, I think that Tirana is a very walkable city, housing a lot of history, which is super nice. I think that it has a lot of good food. And it's actually, being as walkable as it is, it's possible to simply go around and explore, which is super nice. I think on the other hand, for us having been here for 2 days, we realized that maybe 1 day would have been enough. Not because Tirana is not a super nice place to be in and it's very charming, simply because it has limited amount of big attractions. If you're in Albania for a limited amount of time, I think 1 day is a perfect amount of time to put in Albania. No, in Tirana.
Yeah.
So that you might focus your attention and your time elsewhere.
But if you want to take it chill and easy, 2 days is enough.
Yeah, and then that might mean that you have some time to go to the mall, which we did. It might mean that you can have some time to simply just sit and relax and simply take in the atmosphere a bit more, which is very nice.
Yeah, and for tomorrow, we're going to Berat.
So we're driving to Berat, and we'll spend at least 1 full day there before moving on to Gjirokastër. So make sure to check out that video as well here.